Okay, there we go. We're live. I'm coming to you live from my hotel here in Austin, Texas. Yeehaw, where everything is bigger. Okay, I know that's a little bit corny, but that's just who I am. And that brings me to my message. When you can be authentic, when you can be yourself, that means embracing the silliness, at least for me, whoever you are, maybe you're a little bit quirky, and putting yourself out there. I know it can be a little bit scary. That's where you attract your ideal clients and customers. I just got done taping on Good Day Live. It's a morning show here on Fox. The channel is Fox in Austin, Texas, promoting my new book. I'm really excited about this. It's called Woman on Fire, Entrepreneur. And one of the reasons why I wrote this book, I really want you to get this, is that I was disempowered in every single area of my life, from money to men. And I am making it my mission to not only empower women entrepreneurs, but to empower women in general so that they are empowered in every 7 areas of their life. Because here's the thing, if you're not empowered in every area, someone or something will overpower you. And you don't want that to happen. So think about it. How many toxic relationships have you been in that you haven't left because you're living in fear? You're living in fear because you don't have the money to leave. How many times have you struggled in your business and wanted to stop? One of the reasons why I wrote this book, actually another reason, number 2, is that I struggled so much and I wanted to throw in the towel. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I've had those challenges because it taught me how to keep moving when everyone else would give up. And let's face it, this journey of pursuing what you want, you're passionate about, it's not an easy one. And if you have a business, whether you're starting one, you want to go to the next level, you have to embrace both the pain and the pursuit of having a business, going through those challenges. I can tell you challenge after challenge where I started questioning myself. Should I really be doing this? Am I good enough? And I'm here to tell you, if you're questioning yourself, it's okay. I want you to stop and I want you to connect to your greatness. What makes you great? You know, how do you own your power? Well, you own your power by, number 1, being authentic. Number 2, aligning your vision to your values. And so what's really cool about your values is that it's unique, it's fingerprint specific. No 2 people have the same values, and your values dictate your destiny. So let's just say if you're a stay-at-home mom, you love what you do, you love your kids, and you're creative with them. Why not take your wealth potential, because everyone has that inside of them, and package that, market into a system. Maybe you're doing classes in the neighborhood. Maybe you're doing that in the community. Get yourself out there. I'm telling you, you have so much power. I want you to own your greatness and do that. And again, if you want to pick up a latest edition of my book, Woman on Fire Entrepreneur, just simply go to womanonfireentrepreneur.com. And I wanted to do something really special for everyone. It's been a while since I've done a Periscope. If you get a copy of the book, what I want you to do is email a receipt, forward it to my team, support@heatherpicken.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put your name in a drawing, and I'm going to pick 2 lucky people, to do a 30-minute planning session with me. And what that is, it's by phone. So it's talking about your business vision, whether you have one or you want to start one. Maybe you're stuck at a money set point and you can't seem to go to the next level. I'm going to check in to see if your values are aligned with your vision. You know, here's the thing. Don't do a business just to make money. Money is important. Never dismiss money. Money is a tool to allow you to gain new experiences. Anyone that tells you that money is bad, they probably don't have any money. And I'm just being real honest with you, girlfriend. So you want to empower yourself. You know, again, the book is all about empowering women in every area of their life. And if you're not happy with where you're at, there's a reason. You know, what is your limiting thinking? What is the vision that you want to create? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little tip. Your vision must be bigger than just paying your freaking bills. And here's why. If you have a small vision, what happens is you'll have what I call the get by life. And that's just enough money to pay your bills. And I don't want that for you. I want you to expand, go beyond what you ever thought was possible, and do something magnificent. I mean, aren't you here to do great things? You're here to do so much more. You're here to make an impact. And I really believe just one person, I know this in my heart, that one person can make a difference. What if you were posting something about your business, about a product or service that could help someone, that could change their life? What if you wrote a book that created a movement? And you might be thinking, Heather, you're crazy. Who am I? No. You are here to do great things. It is easy to be a follower. It takes little effort, okay? You can go on the couch, you can watch TV, watch all the latest TV shows. Now, I'm not saying not to do that, like not give yourself a break, but here's the thing, why not do something great with your life? Why not challenge yourself into greatness? And you have to embrace the pain and the pursuit of the journey. Being an entrepreneur, I never sugarcoat it. It's tough work. But guess what? You set your own hours. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you could build your business from home, you literally could. You just need the right idea, right? And you need the right strategy. And honestly, the most important thing is actually two more important things. The most important thing is your mindset. If you get stuck in your negative thinking, saying, how can I do this? This will never work. Well, then guess what? You're right. And so, when you look at your beliefs, where do those come from? Where do your beliefs come from? Well, here's the thing. They come from your past experiences, how you grew up. Check your family. What did they tell you about being successful? Oh, you can't do that. And, you should never subordinate to anyone, any authority figure. I don't care, because here's the thing. If you do, then you're going to feel resentful. You're not going to own your power, because I'm about owning your power, girlfriend, right? Owning, you got to do it. You got to do it, because if you don't, again, someone or something will overpower you. And you really want to do that. Now, the last thing that's really important when creating a profitable business is accountability. Getting a mentor. Find a coach that believes in you. That's not easy. Do not get a coach that's easy, that will coddle you. Oh, it's okay. No. Get someone that's tough, that's going to kick you in the butt, right? It's going to praise and challenge you. That is what's going to make you great. And I know I'm like on my little soapbox, but it is my mission and purpose to help women entrepreneurs really change their world, change their thoughts, change how they define success, and step into a bigger vision, a big vision. So I ask you the question, what is your big vision? What do you think about? And again, the big vision, this is really critical. It's not some goal that you think is unattainable, because this is where people run into problems. I find a lot of women get emotional about money. I was one of those persons. And also, not having the right strategy, as I mentioned before, but setting goals that are not congruent with your values. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So let's just say you set up a goal to make 100,000 in your business within a couple months and you didn't get there. So what happens? You start beating yourself up. Now, what you want to do, no matter where you're at, you want to take where you're at. You want to set a goal that is realistic in your values. And as I mentioned, everyone operates in a set of values. Your values dictate your destiny. It's what you think about the most. It's what inspires you the most. I am trained in a values determination process that shows people how to find out what their top 3 values are, number one, and how to link that. So you wake up on fire and inspired with your mission and purpose. You see things on the way instead of in the way. Most people stop when things get tough. And I want you to embrace the failure. You've got to embrace it. Okay. It's just part of the game. You cannot live in a fantasy thinking everything's going to be easy. But the cool thing is, once you realize this, it makes things so much easier. It really does. So it's hard, but yet it's easier. I have started this path, or I was on this path for a long time. Gosh, I want to say 15, 20 years. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. Yes, I'm still 25, right? But I've been doing this for a while, and my first business was a fitness business. I took my expertise and packaged it into a product and sold it online within like 30 to 60 days. And so what happened when I had my very first sale of $97, I was so excited. I asked myself an empowering question. I said, what else is possible? And that's the key. What else is possible? And I wanted to help other people, particularly women. I do work with men, but particularly women, and showing them how to own their greatness, how to take that greatness, how to market and package that online so that they could impact millions of people. I mean, think about it. If I created one person that impacted 1 million people, another person that impacted another million, that creates a ripple effect globally. And do you think things are going to change? Absolutely. So again, I want to leave you with this message to own your greatness. You are amazing. Never minimize yourself to anyone. Never look at anyone and say, oh, they're so much better. They're much prettier and richer. And you have all the tools and resources within you. You really do. You really do. I look at myself. I'm no one special. I am just a woman on a mission that is passionate in teaching other people. And I have to tell you, I had a learning disorder. When I grew up, I was probably in 3rd grade when I was diagnosed with dyslexia. And at the time, I had no idea what it was. They didn't really have a label on it. And I felt really stupid. So I was taken out of classes in front of my peers, going into special tutoring sessions. And I thought, wow, this is really tough. I feel stupid. And so everything in my life took longer to get through. I was on the 6-year college plan. Okay. No, I didn't get my master's degree, but I have a PhD in life. And I kind of laugh at that because I struggled. I struggled with learning, but I'm here to tell you it was a blessing to me because it taught me to be persistent, to be an entrepreneur. You have to be persistent. You have to embrace those challenges. So it allowed me to exercise that mental muscle that you must have to be a successful entrepreneur. You must have. You're going to have your down days. You're going to have your good days. You really have to see both perspectives and have a balanced mind to know that all of those things have to happen in order to make you great. Because here's the thing, you think about your own story and your personal journey. Think about who you could help and what problems that you could solve because of your own journey. I mean, that's what it's all about. People that have it too easy and that get coddled as far as, how they have been growing up, they tend to work for other people. They tend to make excuses. Oh, this is so hard. And then they get in that kind of entitlement attitude, and you don't want that. So again, if you take anything away from this message today, this little periscope is own your power, own your greatness, do great things, set a vision that is bigger than yourself, bigger than, I'm in Austin, Texas, bigger than Austin, Texas, right? And Texas is pretty big. That is really going to impact the world. And if it's scary, then good. You should go for it, but you need a plan. And lastly, if you go to womanonfireentrepreneur.com, grab my book, forward an email, support@heatherpicken.com. I'm going to do a drawing of 2 people to give you a 30-minute planning session to own your greatness, break through your limitations, and get you a strategy that works. Okay, guys, I'm off. Take care.